know y'all be seeing all those random videos that's popping up on your For You page. I've gotten them. We've all been getting them for like the past few months, bro. It's almost like YouTube's trying to tell you something, bro. It's almost like YouTube's trying to tell you to lock in. They're giving you, they're suggesting you all these different videos from creators that you've never even heard about, you know what I'm saying, that you would have never searched up on your own, but they're popping up on your timeline, right? You know the ones where it's like, I'm in my 40s, advice to, you need to watch this video because it's advice for if you're in your 20s. I'm in my 60s, don't do this if you're in your 20s, advice for your 20s. Videos like that, right? People that are older, giving you game about what to do and what not to do in your 20s, teens, whatever, right? You need to start listening to these guys, bro. Because I've looked at a lot of them that pop up on my feed. You know, it's like, God wants you to see this, or this will end up on your For You page when God thinks you're ready, right? Those type of videos, you need to start watching them, bro, because they're spitting some real advice, right? They're telling you don't make these mistakes, right? And the overarching problem, or the overarching problem that they're telling you, right, that they want you to solve is consistency. It's a locking in. It's taking your life serious, okay? We're in a day and age now where social media warps your mind, right? It's making all of us extremely dumb, right? That's going to be a topic for another day, right? I'm gonna talk about that tomorrow and how social media is making us literal tards, bro. You need to stay off social media and start consuming longer form content. You need to start consuming content that will actually give you some substance, something to talk about from time to time and make you a well-rounded person, right? No girl is gonna want you if you're talking about the same shit over and over, right? If you're just sending her reels all day, you know what I'm saying, your personality comes from the reels that you're watching, bro. No girl is gonna want that at all, bro. You're gonna be boring as hell to be around, whether it's around your guy friends or whether it's around, you know what I'm saying, like any girlfriends that you got. You need some substance, right? Even just talking in general. Social media is going to limit your vocabulary, right? Not all social media, I'm talking about specifically shorts, right? It's gonna limit your vocabulary. It's gonna kill your train of thought. You know what I mean? It's gonna kill your attention span. You're not gonna be able to formulate these sentences. You're gonna be forgetting things quick. There's literally no positives other than if you're an actual creative on like Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, whatever, right? And you're taking inspiration from that and making your own innovative ideas. But if you're just sitting there mindlessly, numbingly scrolling, you are fucked, bro. You will be fucked if you don't stop now and turn that shit around, right? You need to start consuming meaningful content, right? I don't want to divert. The main topic of this is you need to actually start taking advice from these guys that are coming on here and telling you not to fuck up your life, bro. They're literally giving you the blueprint on what you need to do. Obviously, nobody can tell you exactly how to do that, but they're just giving you the pivotal information and the life guide because they've been through it. Half of them, they admit that they're bums now, bro. They admit that they're not as far as, you know what I'm saying, they thought they would be. Some of them failed completely, right? And some of them, you know, are doing okay for themselves, but they would have been in a much better position if they really took time to be intentional in their 20s, 30s, teen years, whatever, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you need to start taking that advice serious, right? I know a lot of y'all be scrolling past that content, right? You know, you see a video like that and you're like, nah, this nigga's boring. He's just gonna be yapping in the whole video. When those are the type of videos you need to be watching, bro. I'm not saying that's all you need to watch, but you need to watch at least a few of them shits a week to keep you in check, bro. To keep you, you know what I'm saying, rooted to the ground and make you understand that this shit is no game. You know what I'm saying? All of these guys, bro, they're telling you to not make the same mistake they made, right? Half of them are telling you make the social media, bro. Document your progress. It's the easiest way to stay accountable, right? When you're on here, whether you're getting views or not. I mean, look at my channel, my guy. I'm not pulling any views. I only got 61 subscribers at the time of me recording this video, right? But this is a way for me to be consistent with everything. I'm telling y'all, I'm going to the gym damn near every single day. I'm putting in work. I'm putting in pain. I'm trying to get the body that I always dreamed of, maximizing my genetics, right? We talk about that. We're going to be talking about that a lot on this channel, maximizing your genetics, right? Why would you want to sit around, you know, walk around or sit around and waste your potential and not even try and see what the max your genetics give you, bro? How good you can look if you really max out your genetics. Half of these guys are cool at being soft. Like, their body is soft as hell. We call them squishmallows over here. You feel me? Like, you touch them and they just cave in, bro. They just like inflate, or you know, your finger just pushes into them, bro. They feel like a fucking air mattress, right? But these guys, they're telling you, take your health serious. Take your education serious, right? Take your job serious. Take your passion serious. You need to actually execute on them and stop saying like, oh, I'm gonna do this tomorrow, or I'm gonna do it, I got time, I got all the time in the world, because you don't, bro. Dude, it feels like just yesterday I was in high school and I've graduated college, bro. No lie. Once you get older, you're gonna realize that time is flying by way faster. Like, for me, when I was younger, I was like, oh man, I could wait to be an adult, this, that, and the third, or I can't wait to be an adult, this, that, and the third. Boy, were we wrong, bro. Yeah, adult life is fun, but the amount of responsibilities that pile up on you if you're not a responsible adult, it will be a extremely big weight on your shoulders. So you don't want to get to that point where, you know, it's like past the point of return, okay? You want to get to the point where it's like, okay, you know, I'm in my 20s right now, it's not too late, let me really lock in. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're in your 30s, I don't even think that's too late. Lock in. You feel what I'm saying? You need to be intentional with what you're doing, right? You need to focus on the task at hand. Take your future serious. There's a lot of guys that are just sitting around, you know, taking their health for granted, taking their overall future, like what their career is going to be in the future. They're taking all of that for granted. You guys are just, like, there's so many guys that are just sitting down, scrolling on social media as if that's going to help you. You understand that you're like one of millions of followers for whoever you're looking at, right? They don't care about you, bro. You think they know you, man? You think they're going to send you a DM one day? Yo, let's work together, this, that, and the third? Newsflash, my nigga, it's never going to happen. These guys are like looking at, you got people over here looking at social media thinking that, you know, these creators are their friends, or like they have a deeper connection with these social media influencers than they do with their real friends in real life. You know, they can't even have conversations anymore. And I see a lot of videos that warn you about that. You know what I mean? Making sure you make meaningful connections, making sure you get a meaningful relationship, right? There's so many people, women and guys, that idolize like this hookup culture, right? This fast life, right? Just, you know, have sex and then go, right? Oh, these girls are gonna, you know, these girls are no good, or these guys are no good, yada yada yada, whatever the case may be, whoever you are. You know, they keep saying this, right? But it's in the places that you be. It's really in the places that you be. All these people you got these people on YouTube who are giving you advice, older people that are giving you advice that live this shit, right? Whether they went to the clubs all the time, they're telling you right now, like, yo, don't waste your time on the clubs. Going every once in a while is cool, but really take your career and take your future serious, bro, because you're gonna be looking goofy. You're gonna be looking goofy, man. You don't want to be one of these guys up in the club at like 38, no wife, no nothing, looking for the next quick fix. And let me tell you right now, women do not find that attractive. If you're some older dude in the club that got nothing going on for you, no woman is gonna find that attractive, all right? And listen, man, I get it, bro. I've been there. I'm still kind of there. I'm young, all right? I'm young. I'm 23, right? But it gets to a certain point where it's like, all right, bro, like, you in your 30s now, my nigga. You still looking for a quick nut at the club, bro? You here on a Friday, Saturday night in the club looking for a quick nut, bro? And you ain't finding women your age, really, unless they trash and got like 4 kids. You know what I'm saying? So they looking for like college girls, bro. These niggas are 38, bro, in the club looking for college girls. It's like, bro, ain't you supposed to be home kicked up out of the fireplace with your wife? You know what I'm saying? Watching a TV show or something, bro. Ain't you supposed to be with your kids? And you here in the club trying to find younger girls that obviously you're not gonna get in a relationship with. And if you do, they're using you for your money, bro. Sucker. You sucker. Like, it gets to a point, bro. It gets to a point where, yes, when you're younger, all right, you can get away with that. Hookup culture, whatever. I'm not trying to glorify it or nothing like that, but it's more acceptable. But it gets to a certain point, man. You get to a certain age where you get older, and that's not acceptable anymore. You know them guys that are like 25, 26, still talking about spring break? We going to Miami for spring break. All this other shit. Bro, if you don't get over yourself, man, if you don't stop that bullshit, bro, no woman's going to find that attractive. So you need to lock in, bro. You need to get to the bag. And you need to stop coming up with excuses and sabotaging yourself, right? Stop saying, I'm gonna put this off to the next day. If you have a passion, chase it, okay? If you have a passion, chase it. And take that YouTube advice serious, bro, because they're telling you that all these horror stories they're telling you about, bro. All these guys that are working in like the Amazon warehouses at 40, trying to support their family, man. Trying to support their family, and they're like, bro, this ain't the life you want, man. This ain't the life you want. I'm telling you, this ain't the life you want, because you're going to be working these long, hard-ass hours. You're not going to have time with your kids. You're not going to have time with your wife. If you even got that, you're not going to have any of this, bro. And listen, man, no shade to any Amazon workers, bro. Respect to y'all, bro. Respect to you for getting my package during the day. I'm just saying, you don't want to be in this position when you're 40, 50, because they're warning you, telling you it's tiring, bro. You don't want to do that. You're not going to have time for anything, right? They're not just saying it to saying it. You think they're turning on their camera, recording this video, giving advice for the love of the game? I mean, yeah, it's kind of for the love of the game, but it's because they know they fucked up, bro. And this is their outlet to trying to get some type of like freedom of time and financial freedom, popping off on YouTube, building an audience, giving real advice. They're not going to give you some bullshit advice. You know what I'm saying? These niggas are recording this shit with the Amazon shirt on the way to your crib, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you really got to lock in. You really got to think about this, right? And stop just saying, oh, this nigga's just talking to talk. No, bro. This is what they're trying to tell you and warn you about, okay? You know, all of these influencers, they're telling you make meaningful connections. Stop living a lustful life. Stop trying to get a quick fix and focus on the long-term goals, right? There are some YouTube advice that I've been getting where it's like, okay, make sure you have a wife, kids, you know what I'm saying? You have meaningful connections with friends, because you don't want to be alone. So many of these guys are alone, right? Not even guys, women. They're alone. They're alone and they're miserable because they have nobody to fall back on. They have no meaningful connections and they're just alone in their house. At the end of the day, after the shit ass job, they come home and just sit with their thoughts. They regret not making connections. They regret not taking their future serious, and they're putting it on YouTube, thank God, to really warn you. They didn't have the luxury of that growing up, right? Sure, maybe they weren't in a good family that could tell them that, okay? Everybody wasn't born into perfect circumstances, all right? That's just true. That's just facts. Not everybody was born into that. But we live in an age where you ain't got to be born into the perfect opportunity, because we got social media, right? You can use it as a tool, or it can be your worst, it could be your worst nightmare, bro. It could be your worst downfall, right? You need to start consuming this content that is going to help you and, really get your mind right to take your future serious, whether that may be work or relationships. Stop dicking around, bro. Stop walking around here scrolling with your dick in your hand, because that's never going to get you anywhere, bro. Stop scrolling these reels, consuming this mindless, brain-numbing, brain-rotting content, and start looking at more videos that's going to get you substance, right? And I used to be like, man, get the fuck out of here with that. Like, I'm not trying to hear none of that. Like, just let me watch my reels and scroll, bro. Let me scroll till I get arthritis. But I'm telling you, as you get older and you start maturing, you realize that, yeah, maybe education really is the key, bro. Like, being smart is way cooler than being dumb, okay? This is what a lot of people need to realize, and a lot of people just don't get it until it's too late, right? So you got no excuse, bro. You clicked on this video, dog. You clicked on this video, so you have no excuse but to take your life serious now. Because if after watching this video and all of these other guys' videos that, they post on YouTube, and YouTube is telling you this, YouTube is pushing this shit to you for a reason, because they don't want you to be stupid. They don't want you to fail in life. They're pushing these videos to you. So if you keep scrolling past them, you know what I'm saying, or you watch them and you have like this quick motivation, and then you're just like, after the motivation dies out, you just stop, you're done for, bro. This is our day. This is our time. Like, in our society nowadays, this is our form of natural selection. Will you let social media completely consume you in the worst way possible, take over your brain, rot your brain, make you stupid, right? Or will you use it for good? Everything has a give and a take. So which one are you gonna take, bro? Which one are you gonna take? Are you gonna sit down and scroll on this mindless shit, or are you gonna really lock in and make something of your future, bro? Are you gonna stay consistent with anything in your life, or are you gonna stay consistent with mediocrity? Because I'm telling you right now, that shit's no bueno. No bueno, my nigga, no bueno. So yeah, man, that's all I really wanted to come on here and talk about, bro. Don't start listening to this YouTube advice, bro. Whether it's a health and fitness page, whether it's a life page, whatever, bro. All this good advice on YouTube, you have no reason to fail at life. You have no reason to make these excuses saying nobody ever told me. I never had nobody to tell me, because you got a phone, you got connection, you got YouTube, you got Instagram, you got whatever, bro. Whatever you consuming, it's all on there, bro. You got people giving good advice all over, right? They're not. A lot of people like, oh, it's just easier for you, this, that, and the third. Motherfucker, if you don't stop feeling sorry for yourself and just put in the work, you know what I'm saying? Find whatever you're passionate about and inquire more. Not everybody inquires. All this dumb social media that you consume takes away your ability to inquire and further ask questions, further wanting to find out, like, oh, let me find out how I'm gonna get the answer to this. Let me find out how I'm gonna perfect this. You know what I'm saying? It takes away your critical thinking, bro. It takes away your creativity, your imagination, all of that. You just look at something and you don't retain it. Half of y'all are looking at these videos and you're not retaining any information, right? You can change though. You're not doomed, right? You just have to change your habits, and you have to consume more purposeful media, okay? More purposeful advice, right? Stop training your brain to have these little spurts of unmeaningful attention, right? Start reading. I know, oh, this nigga saying read. I'm telling you, bro, reading is one of the best things you can do. I hadn't read for years, bro, and I just got back into reading, and I love it. My attention span is going up. You know what I'm saying? The memory, I feel it getting better already after like 2 months of reading, and you feel better as a whole. It's like literally feeding your brain food. You know what I'm saying? Building back up your brain. Why would you ever want to be dumb? Why would you ever want that, bro? Why would you ever want to consume this media? You know what I'm saying? Give all of these random ass creators your time, your mental capabilities, when they're not doing anything for you. They're not going to reach out. They're not going to offer you a job. They're not going to come and save you. They don't know you exist. You need to start consuming media that is beneficial, right? I know I've sounded like a broken record, but I'm just really trying to nail it in y'all's head, bro. Don't. You have no excuse now, bro. You clicked on this video, you ain't got no excuse, bro. Start looking at that meaningful content. Start looking at long form content, things in your passion. You know what I'm saying? Things that will benefit you in the future. All right, man. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. Peace.